waxaan fursad siinaynaa saxaafadda inay ku qaataan sawirro kadibna waxay u gudbi doonaan xagga dambe ee hoolka. The media will have about a minute or two to take photos and they will be moving back to the stage. Waa mahadsantihiin, thank you very much, thank you. Waa mahadsantihiin, waa iska noqon kartaan, waxaan gudagalaynaa barnaamijkeena intiisa kale. Your Excellency, President of the Republic, Federal Government of Somalia, Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Molly Fee, U.S. Special Envoy for Horn of Africa, Ambassador Michael Hammer, U.S. Embassy, Sharjah, Shane Dixon, Minister of Defense, Federal Government of Somalia, Honorable Abdulqadir Mohammed Noor Jama, Federal Government of Somalia, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Isaac, the Chief of Defense Forces, General Ibrahim Sheikh Muhyiddin Abdo, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed members of the press, all protocols observed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mahmoud Ali. I'm from the U.S. Embassy, Somalia, and I would be doing your Masters of Ceremony for this important occasion today. Welcome to this momentous occasion, the signing of the ceremony of understanding between the United States and the federal government of Somalia for the construction of up to 5 bases for Somali National Army Danab Brigade, a critical step in bolstering Somalia's security and stability. This commitment for the United States and Somalia's top security assistance partner is only the latest investments in Somalia's peace and stability to the end of shared interest in defeating Al-Shabaab and making way for social and economic progress. Before we delve into the details of this landmark Memorandum of Understanding and hear from His Excellency President Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud and the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Molly Fee, it's my distinct pleasure to present a special recognition to an individual who's shown bravery and dedication, and whose life and career embodies the very essence of courage and embodies unwavering dedication to peace. Lieutenant Colonel Iman Ilman. Lieutenant Colonel Iman Ilman's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Born in Mogadishu, Iman's early life is shaped by turmoil and gulf in her homeland. Her mother, Fortune Aden, a renowned figure on her own right, sought refuge in Canada to protect Iman from the chaos in her homeland. Tragically, Iman's dad, a humanitarian worker, was killed. This profound loss did not deter Iman, but fueled her. In 2006, she returned to Mogadishu, determined to contribute to her nation's recovery. Joining the Somali National Army at the age of 19 years old, Iman embarked a remarkable path that challenged society's norms and defied expectations. Responsible for the Somali civilian military affairs in the SNA, Lieutenant Colonel Iman continues to play an important role in the operation against Al-Shabaab. But her impact resonates beyond the military sphere. She's a role model not just to young Somali girls and women in Somalia, but to all who aspire to make a difference in challenging environments. Her dedication to elevating the role of women in security forces is transforming perceptions and empowering a new generation. Today, as we honor Lieutenant Colonel Iman with a certificate of bravery and dedication, we recognize not just her personal achievement, but indomitable spirit of the Somali people. Her story is one of hope, resilience, and unwavering commitment to the future where peace and prosperity reigns in Somalia. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating the extraordinary achievements of Lieutenant Colonel Iman. I would like to invite Your Excellency, Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, to please present a certificate of bravery and dedication to Lieutenant Colonel Iman. And with your permission, can we request the President of the Federal Government of Somalia, His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, to do a photo op and bless the session with Iman and Molifi. Thank you. Thank you all. Now, let's turn our attention to the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding, a step of collaborative efforts to enhance the security and foster sustainable growth in Somalia. The signatories for today, signing the Memorandum of Understanding, are the Minister of Defense, Honorable Abdulqadir Mohammed Noor Jama, and the U.S. Embassy Mogadishu, Shajay Shen Dixon. Could I please ask each of you to approach the table for signature, please? waxaan hadda ka codsanaynaa madaxweynaha dowladda federaalka ee Soomaaliya mudane Xasan Sheikh Maxamuud iyo wasiir ku-xigeenka arrimaha dibadda Afrika u qaabilsan Molifi inay noo imaadaan si aan sawir guud uga wada qaadano heshiiska iyo heshiiska wasiirka iyo safiir-siyaha ay saxiixayaan. Would you please, Assistant Secretary, join a group photo with the signatories of the Memorandum of Understanding? mudane marwooyin waxaa sharaf ii tahay inaan hadda soo dhaweeyo wasiir ku-xigeenka arrimaha dibadda ee dowladda Maraykanka u qaabilsan Africa, Molly Fee. It's my pleasure to introduce Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Molly Fee, for her remarks, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahmoud. I'm not as tall as Mahmoud. Assalamu alaikum. Mr. President, President Hassan Sheikh, Chief of Defense Forces, General Ibrahim, Minister of Defense, Abdul Qadir Mohammed Noor, Deputy Foreign Minister, Isaac Farah, Danab Brigade Commander, Adrus, and Chargé Shane Dixon. To all distinguished guests here, all protocols observed. I am just delighted to be in Mogadishu on behalf of the United States to witness the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding just concluded between our two countries to construct up to 5 permanent bases for the Danab. The United States has provided more than $300 million over the past 3 years in direct security assistance designed to support your efforts to build a more peaceful Somalia. In addition, we have provided nearly $400 million to the UN assessments and for the UN Support Office for Somalia. The Danab Brigade is the centerpiece of America's ongoing security cooperation with Somalia, and the construction of these 5 new bases reflects our recognition of the success of our joint efforts to build a capable, professional, and accountable force. You'll recall that we reached an agreement in 2017 to recruit, train, equip, and mentor 3,000 men and women from across Somalia to enable you to develop an enduring light infantry capability within the larger SNA. The Danab Brigade has demonstrated its capacity to engage al-Shabaab as a quick reaction strike force in battle, and it has maintained its clan-neutral character. Another distinguishing characteristic of the Danab Brigade is that the training on human rights and the rules of armed conflict have been received and applied by Danab units and individual personnel. This ceremony is very timely. Within the next several months, we look forward to reaching the 3,000 Danab personnel target set in 2017. The Danab is also being prepared to take over many of the essential functions required to sustain and grow the force, and it is already taking on greater responsibility for recruiting and training. While the United States affirms its commitment to remain engaged with the Danab, we are fully aligned with Somalia's objective of steadily taking over more responsibility for its own security. This Memorandum of Understanding for the construction of the bases reflects our confidence in the future of the Danab and the scale of our investment in Somalia's security. This is a bet on the Danab's future. We recognize that reliance on temporary and often inadequate camps hamper the Danab's preparedness and could represent an obstacle to the brigade's sustainability and growth. At the same time, the MOU lays out the respective roles and responsibilities of the United States and Somalia in building, maintaining, and sustaining the bases. Our shared goal is to have the SNA exercise full control over base operations when the facilities are completed, and the MOU provides the blueprint to do just that. To the brave Danab soldiers here today with us, as well as to your comrades in the field, I want to say thank you. You are what we call the tip of the spear, the men and women at the forefront of your government's fight to liberate your country and degrade al-Shabaab and establish full sovereignty. You have selflessly assumed great personal risk, and I want to make clear here today that we in the United States, and I know the Somali people too, are extremely grateful for your sacrifice. Your country looks up to you, and you should be proud. I also want to say that it was a special pleasure for me to recognize Colonel Iman, who currently commands the Somali National Army Branch for Civilian Military Affairs. You have made it your mission
to help achieve a stable, peaceful, and prosperous Somalia. The honors you have earned today are very well deserved. I want to also highlight that Colonel Aman is one of many women serving in Somalia security forces, and each of them deserves our respect and recognition. Thank you to you, Colonel Aman, and to all the women in the SNA for your selfless dedication. Mr. President, thank you for joining us here today in this happy celebration. We look forward to sustaining and deepening our work together on the Danab and our shared goal of bringing greater security and stability to Somalia. Thank you.
mahadsanidin waxaan hadda wax yar oo hal daqiiqo ah wax muhiim ah sheegayaa in aan ka turjumo khudbadii ay bixisay wasiirka ku-xigeenka arrimaha dibadda Maraykanka ku qaabilsan Africa Molifi waxay sheegtay in dowladda Maraykanka ee Soomaaliya ku kaalmeysay ilaa 300 milyan oo dollar oo gargaar amni ah waxay kaloo sheegtay in inta ka badan 400 milyan oo dollar ay dowladda Maraykanka 3 sano la soo dhaafay qaaran ahaan ay UN soo marisay in ciidamada xooga dalka commandosta danab ay yihiin geesiyaal waajibaadkooda gudanayo dadkooda u dhimanayo dowladda Soomaalina ay u yihiin hormuud uga ka kaalmeyn doono guuleysiga macnaha dagaalka lagula jiro al-shabaab. Without wasting any time, with further ado, can I please, with due respect, welcome the President of the Federal Government of Somalia, Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, to give his remarks. Mr. President.
بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته مدن الملوان ما أنت فرحت وين أي إتاعي أنا جالس جديدة أنا كسر قريب قالوا حفلة دموين قيمها بدن تلمام يسع علاقات كدولة أمريكا كدولة الصومالية والدحية هي هلكا وسيم مرايو رنتي كالمدة دولة أمريكا كأيك جيستين جودهان دي بودسك دولة دولة الصومالية يجارهان أريمها أمنيجا يدسمها عيدا ككوماندوس كدانب وحواي أرين آد مهم هرمركا صوماليا أي كنت الله بسنة قيب وين كأه عربا هل كان مجا أمد الصوماليات وجمهات عليو دولة أمريكانكا كالمداس جوكتدا الصومالي جودهان إلى جرب تاجيهين يسجارة مدة هدا أي جين عيدا كحوق دلك الصومالي إلى جرب تاجيهين شن حرة ووين ومعصرة إن عيدا كحوق دلك الصومالي لورد السو شن تاس حرة ورنتي وحبلا كسو كورين دونتا محاي جريتانك يحوقيسيga iyo tabarta ciidamada xoog dalka Soomaaliyeed qarash aad iyo aad u badan oo ku baxayo waa ka mahad celinayna waana astaan kamida astaamaha cilaaqaadka Soomaaliya iyo dawladda Maraykanka maalinta ka dambeysay kordhayo arinkaas waa arin ummadda Soomaaliyeed oo dhan ay ka mahad celinayso oo ay ugana mahad celinayso dawladda Maraykanka. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today is a great day for the history of the relationship between the United States and Somalia. The United States has always been standing with Somalia for the old difficult decades that we recently have passed. We are very much grateful for the support of the United States, starting from the day of UNITAF all the way until today. The United States has never left Somalia in all areas, whether it's a humanitarian, economic development, state building, and in particular now, the security sector development. Danab, as Molly said, is the spearhead of the Somali National Army and the war against the terror. United States, United Somalia, besides having a good relationship in all aspects, we have a common a specific agenda, which is defeating the terrorists, and here in Somalia it's Al-Shabaab. And we stand with the United States, the global war against the terror, wherever they are, in whichever color they have. We are partner with the United States in respecting the international law and the global security affairs of all. Somalia is going to contribute its own capacity in all this area and stand with the United States of America. These 5 major bases of Somali National Army that will be home for the Danab commando units, brigades, are very, very important for the rebuilding of Somalia. These bases are very expensive and a very modern basis which will lead the future of Somali National Army and set the standards that we will be pursuing in the future also to build our forces for bases like this. United States has always been supporting Somali National Army and the African Union mission, ATMIS now, and Somalia is preparing to take the full responsibility of the security of this country, and this is one of the major milestones of support that the United States is giving Somalia to make sure that when the time comes, Somalia is ready for that responsibility, and we will take that responsibility. All those countries that have been with us in those difficult days are very much grateful. We are grateful also for those countries of which their citizens have made the ultimate sacrifice for Somalia's goodness, among which the United States was one. The United States has sacrificed Somalia at a time when the rest of the world was not there and was not sacrificing. However, because of their presence, because of the engagement of the United States, the world has also fully engaged with us. We're looking forward that the Somali National Army and the Somali security sector in general will take over successfully the responsibility of the security at the end of 2024. And that's the goal that we had with all our international partners, and that's the goal that today we have the Assistant Secretary Molifi to be here and witness the ceremony of signing this great agreement and this great memorandum of understanding that leads Somalia to have one of the best facilities for the defense units of our country. Madam Moli, I would like to thank you very much for your presence here, and please convey our gratefulness and appreciation for all the United States government, and in particular, the President of the United States, President Biden, who revitalized our relationship during his term. We are very much grateful. And we are very much grateful for the people of the United States who always have been contributing the well-being of the Somali people. I thank you very much.
With your permission, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This concludes the ceremony. Let's show the dignitaries to depart first, and then the rest of us will follow. Thank you. mahadsanidin mudan madaxweyne, waxaa halkaas noogu eg xafladii muhiimka ahaa ee aan ku saxiixinay shahaadada iyo saxiixii is-afgaradka dowladda Soomaaliya iyo Maraykanka. aan u ogolaano in marti sharafka ay baxaan, kadibna inteena kale ayaan ka daba bixi doonaa. mahadsanidin.
صلى الله عليه وسلم.